Welcome back to the Super J Recap. This is episode 11. We are recapping Gedo versus the Wild Pegasus, the semifinals of the first ever 1994 Super J Cup. And I'm not alone this time. I'm joined by a very special guest.
How's it going? Thor. Baseball Banner, that's the channel. You've seen me on his stuff. I've, seen him, vice versa. Right?
Yep, we find ways to just work together. So
Baseball Banner is the channel. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all the social media stuff.
Yeah. So had you watched any of these matches before?
No, I've never watched Japanese wrestling from 1994.
Okay.
When you messaged me and you were like, "Hey, I want you to be on this thing," and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna talk wrestling? Yes. What are we watching? Like, something recent." Maybe something from the 90s, or I thought 90s, but I was thinking maybe Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression, early 2000s. I definitely thought, WWF stuff. And then you hit me with, I'm doing a Super J thing. I want you to watch the semifinals and finals of the Super J Cup. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't have New Japan World at the time either.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, that's why I got you.
I'd canceled it for a while.
Okay.
They weren't running anything, so there was really no reason to have it for me. And I've been really busy watching 80s cartoons. Like, I've been very busy watching Transformers and G.I. Joe, Thundercats, many others.
Yeah.
Mask. But yeah, so when you're like, watch this, I was like, oh yeah, this is totally, I'm in. I told you I was in, and I didn't tell you I didn't have New Japan. So I actually resubscribed to New Japan today.
Well, good time. At least there's actually stuff going on again. So
there is. It's the Super J, right?
Yeah, it's New Japan Cup. So yeah.
Yeah. New Japan Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the first ever Super J Cup. I was actually, before we even get into any of the matches, I was very surprised with the quality of wrestling in all three matches we're going to talk about.
Okay, I was wondering about that. So yeah, and obviously you knew of all four performers as well, since it was the semifinals and the finals.
Well, I do need to ask you about Gedo.
Okay, well, I mean, so what's your question about Gedo?
Is that Bullet Club Gedo?
Yep.
Like, that's Jay White.
That's Jay. Yep. That's
come down with Jay White. That Gedo.
It's that Gedo. Yep.
Really.
Yep.
Really.
Yep.
I was wondering that when I was watching. I was like, "Is this the same Gedo?"
Yep. No, that's why he's so credible as the manager. Is like
and he's like the head booker too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa!" And then when you first said, because you didn't tell me Wild Pegasus was Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
So I was like, when I went to finally search for him today.
Okay.
I'm searching on New Japan, and I'm searching like Super J Cup 1994, no results. 1994 Super J Cup, no results. So I was like, God. So I had to go to my phone and go 94, and then like start narrowing it down. And then I found the three matches. They had them nicely placed too, actually. All three right there. And yeah, I actually watched Liger Sasuke first.
Okay.
And then I watched Pegasus, Gedo, and then I watched the finals.
Okay, sweet. So this episode we're talking about Gedo versus Wild Pegasus. It was like super aggressive start, which was nice because I've been talking about in all of these reviews, like, these are probably the three longest matches of the entire night because this was a one-night tournament. So
okay.
Yeah, so this was a one-night tournament, and so that's why, like, early on, a lot of the first round matches were 6-7 minutes long, just super quick, and then, Gedo and Wild Pegasus, super crazy hot start, Benoit misses a drop kick, Gedo locked in that, like, double chicken wing submission, and to kind of slow things down, and then just destroyed Wild Pegasus with a pile driver.
There was a lot of like, I'm gonna drop you on your neck
Yep.
stuff. which is like, oh man, I that's a trope of New Japan now. Glad to see that was a trope of New Japan 1998 or 94.
Yeah, and then as you saw, like the fact that thinking now, it's like, oh, Jay White's manager just did a moonsault from the top rope all the way to the outside.
That that spot, I was like, because I was sitting down here like by myself at moments, and I'd be like, whoa, and Levi would be like, what? What'd you see? What? And I was like, it's just this Japanese wrestling from 1994. He'd be like, oh, boring. I'm like, no, it's crazy.
It's really good.
Crazy. But I did not expect, like you were talking about, that hard style, right?
Yeah.
Where they're just like literally hitting those like suplexes like nothing, dropping each other on the next pile drivers, and then yeah, some of those spots that you just don't really. I guess I just didn't know what to expect being my first
Yeah.
jump into 1994 New Japan Wrestling, but I didn't expect it to have such a modern like feel. Like it definitely it didn't feel like an older style of wrestling.
Yeah, and that's like as I've been going through this, like I've realized like the modern style starts here. Like it starts in the New Japan Juniors and the King's Road style from All Japan. Like it starts and kind of moves forward from this point and just keeps going, and it's like, oh, this is the origins. Like another one, if
WCW is like cruiserweight, kind of their
yep.
cruiserweight division, that kind of style, kind of bled kind of in this style.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, because like the next year, the '95, I'm gonna have to do a special episode or something about it, because the match that they basically used as a quick intermission between the semifinals and the finals was Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio.
Really, I saw that.
Yeah.
When I was searching, I saw a Rey Mysterio thing, and I was like, ooh, get that. We'll get there.
Yep. Yeah. Ray. Yeah. Ray ends up being doing sporadic stuff for New Japan.
Yeah.
And then Gedo also hits his like quick power slam, which is actually what he used to beat Dean Malenko in one of the earlier matches.
Okay.
And then misses the diving headbutt. Benoit comes back, big back suplex. Gedo reverses it, hits a power bomb, then does the second power bomb, and then Wild Pegasus, Chris Benoit gets the win with the diving headbutt.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. I mean, it was only a 7-minute match.
Yeah.
I laid down like literally with my legs at the wall because I lay there for 7 minutes with my legs at the wall. So I was like, "This is perfect. I'll lay here and I'll watch this." Then my brother called me and threw that whole thing off. But then,
oh no,
I sat there and watched it. And I was like, "It's only 7 minutes, so I'll do this." Like I said, where we're watching Harry Potter, we were talking earlier, and I was watching that match, and I was like, "Man, for a 7-minute match, it was surprisingly good just because of how brutal it was at points." They'd slow it down just momentarily in the right way.
Yep.
And then hit you with another spot to kind of not like a spot fest, but you know what I mean? Like spot, like slow down a second, spot, slow down a second. And that's why I think even being 7 minutes made it a higher quality than some 7-minute matches that you've seen, in your life.
Yeah. So yeah. If you have the chance, like, go back and watch one of Gato's first round matches. It's Gedo versus Dean Malenko.
Okay.
And it's a super technical, like it reminded me weirdly enough of like a Zack Sabre Jr. match.
Oh, okay.
So it was that kind of style, and it's like, oh, this is where Zack gets all this stuff. That's cool.
Nice.
But yeah, kind of. So overall, final thoughts, kind of closing off, because these episodes are always pretty quick,
Yeah. No, solid match, solid semifinal match. But like you said, quick, brutal, everything you want in Japanese wrestling.
Yep. And then so also for reference at the time, Dave Meltzer gave this 3.5 stars in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. And the Cage Match website, which is an aggregate of all the user reviews, out of 10, it's a 6.11.
That's
So,
fair.
yeah.
That's
So like it's not the best match that we're reviewing of these three, but
no.
it's it's still pretty good.
It is.
So
It was.
so yep. So Thor, do your plugs real quick.
Baseball Banner, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all over the place.
Yeah, and then you can follow me at Knocked Out Films on Instagram and Twitter, and follow this at knockedoutentertainment.com, and then like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. So thanks for watching.